There was a time when seeing a bald eagle was rare. This month is also the 5th anniversary of the bald eagle being taken off of the endangered species list. Today, the Mississippi is a hot spot for seeing eagles. But what are the chances of seeing the same exact eagle more than once? News 8's Pauline Lee joins us with one man's unlikely story.
Well, back in the early 1980s, Ron Eckstein worked for the Wisconsin DNR on a project of finding these young eaglets, banding them for research. Little did he know he would cross paths multiple times with one very special eagle. It's a story of rare chances, seeing the same bald eagle more than once.
I've banded over 1,300 young eaglets, and I've seen 5 or 6 of them, again, because of recoveries and things. But most of them, unfortunately, are carcasses that have died, for some reason or another. So it's really nice to see a very old eagle.
Young eaglets only have a survival rate of about 50%. So, retired wildlife biologist Ron Eckstein never expected to see the birds he met in the first weeks of life ever again. But meeting Harriet was a different story.
And I remember it distinctly because it was a very hard nest to get into, to enter the nest, climbing from below and getting into the nest.
Then more than 15 years later, he and Harriet would unexpectedly cross paths again.
In 1998, she had come back, matured, and was living in the area, was hit by a car, and I recovered her as an injured bird, and she went through the rehabilitation process and came here to the National Eagle Center.
Harriet now lives at the National Eagle Center in Wabasha, Minnesota. She serves as the center's oldest eagle ambassador.
Those of us that live in the River Valley here, we're used to seeing eagles all the time now, thankfully. But there are people across the country that don't have those opportunities, and so that's why the National Eagle Center is so cool, is people get to come from all across the country, all around the world, coming to see and celebrate the eagle.
Harriet also travels the country promoting awareness of bald eagles to help ensure our nation's symbol will be flying high for many years to come.
I think there's just something about looking at an eagle and seeing that stern, majestic look, and to see an eagle soaring in that bright, beautiful blue sky, it's something that's so unforgettable.
And today, for Bald Eagle Day, Eckstein made a trip to the National Eagle Center to share his story with visitors, making it the 3rd official time he and Harriet have crossed paths.
Thank you, Pauline. Back when the bald eagle was on the endangered species list, there was only one nesting pair of eagles along the stretch of the Mississippi running from Wabasha, Minnesota down to Rock Island, Illinois. Today, there are more than 280 pairs of nesting eagles located along that same 260-mile stretch of river.